Okay, so working with the explaining, complaining, yeah, I loved all of that in the fifth fetter. And so I've been working with judgment a good bit with Todd. And one thing I did because I don't really fit judgment into the emotional indicators or those verbal indicators, but I got to thinking about it, I thought, well, judgment's really like complaining in that something is a certain way and you're not really sure that you like it, and that is what judgment actually is. I thought, well, it's in the complaining realm, so I sort of really worked around with that. Would that be a way to work with judgment, or is there a better
It,
framework?
yeah, judgment is both blaming, shaming, and complaining. It's all of them. It depends on which type of judgment it is. If it's the type of judgment where there's no solution, it's just ongoing, the weather, you know, it's like ongoing, 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 ongoing. And there's no matter what anybody says, you will have a new judgment about the same topic ready, on hand. Then it's complaining. If it's a judgment that is personal about another person, it's in the shaming realm
Mm-hmm.
and it's back to here. And
Okay.
if it's about an action, a judgment about another person's action, then it's the blaming realm, which is about
Mm-hmm.
the action, and again, right back here.
Okay. Okay. Good.
So
That's,
slow down, zoom in, and find out where does the judgment lie, and who is it that believes that there's a parallel universe where Lisa is right. This is happening, and this is where the judgment is happening. But if this was happening, what I'm judging, if this was happening instead, I mean, everybody would be happy.
well, the
Look
biggest.
at yeah,
Go ahead.
look at those two, different going timelines that you are having in your mind.
Right. Right. Well, and one thing that seems fairly common is that there isn't an idea that Lisa thinks that it should be different, because as soon as it's realized that judging is occurring, there's a recrimination towards Lisa for that.
Really?
Mm,
Then look into that. Why is Lisa then judged for judging?
hmm. That's the real meat right there in my situation.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
That's
like it's
interesting.
like a weakness or something. It's like, oh my God, that again? It's really, whew.
It's funny. We talked about now. We just had lunch and we talked about it. Todd, he's writing on book at the moment, and
Mm,
where we talked about that part where when we have seen through self, we believe that we've seen through self. Period. New chapter. So why am I back here now? I shouldn't look at it like that. I have seen through self, as if, what is happening right now can't be true, can't be right, because in the past I saw through self. It's because we believe in that linearity that is not there. There's a new level ready for you to see through with the identification that you have of Elisa. First, you realized all the things that you realized. Then you realized that you were judging. Now you're realizing that you're judging, that you're judging. So it's just a deeper level of identification that is happening. And who is judging you? Who is that judge of the judge? It's just the thinker that is a thought too.
his thoughts, exactly. I mean, that becomes so apparent. It's like this hall of mirrors of judging, judging. The deeper you go, you just keep seeing all these reflections. And it's like, at one point, I think I wrote to Todd, it feels like one of those disco balls covered with mirrors that's just fucking wobbling all over the place to drive you crazy in a way. It's like, it's all thought. It's all delusional. It feels clear that that's what it is, but that doesn't, knowing or thinking I know that doesn't change anything, because that's another thought too.
Yes. It's really about, slowing down. When you talk with Todd about it, then look into the judger of the judging and really dive into that one
Sure.
until you have the one-to-one with him. Then see if you can kind of like zoom out and look at it from above. So there's no opinion, or you're the anthropologist looking at the situation and seeing what is it that is happening. What is the message to you about the judging? Because we are in the judging in the second, it's in the second degree. So it's like, there's really, really something to you to pick up about judging. That there's something that needs to be loved and held and looked at. Uh,
Yes.
because who would you be if you didn't judge anymore? What is it that you would miss out on if you didn't judge?
All that recrimination.
No, 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 no. There's something you would miss out on. There's something that you would never ever have the opportunity to realize the moment you stop judging. The realization that is wrapped up in the parcel with the judging around it. In the middle of that, there's a little seed. And that is the one that you would never ever realize if you just let go of it. And that's why it's important to look into it.
Hmm.
Who would you be without all the judging?
Just I feel like there would just be this delightfulness.
So what would you miss out on? What part of you wouldn't be heard if you don't look into the judging? There's a message, there's a story that
The one that
keeps.
I the one who thinks that she knows something.
Ah, that's a good one. That's a good
That
one.
one, that one kind of comes back periodically.
Oh,
And that
that's
was
an
the
amazing.
question. That was the answer to the question when that just without any thought at all, when Angelo asks in some video or something like, just ask yourself the question of, who is it that you take yourself to be?
Mm.
And I just never had heard that question before. It was so new, and and within a second, I was like, oh, I think I'm somebody who knows. And I was like, whoa! I mean, it was like a fucking bomb went off in front of my face,
Yeah,
and there it
that's
was
really,
again.
really good. Really, really good. Really, really good. Look into that. That's really, really good.
Yeah.
There you go.
Thank you.
You're so welcome.
You're amazing, honey. I love you.
Thank you. Thank you. And likewise, thank you.